Don't pause. Press play.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good dawn. This is your boy Cypher, still going strong for y'all. I hope y'all doing well. It's been basically a little over a week since TemTem first launched, and I've been having an absolute blast when I can. I have a very stringent real life schedule, so getting that grind on is kind of hard. But for the most part, it has been super accessible as a single player game and even doper as a co-op game. I mean, the co-op experience is very real and very unique. And I just want to touch on a couple highlights, a couple of things I personally thought were awesome, things I thought were not. And kind of wrap up with what I think this game needs to do to stay relevant, stay the champion that it is, and keep on challenging Game Freak to up their game, because y'all are on a roll right now. Now, just to kind of recap the week, for those who were unaware, the login queues were really bad the first day. I mean, we're talking, queues of like 20,000, 22,000, 30,000 for certain people in certain countries. I personally averaged around 16,000, 19,000. Feel free to check out my first stream of it. I fought hard tooth and nail just to get in. And the really kicker part was that once you were in, there were like a dozen things that could disconnect you. Solo battles, co-op battles, trying to be in a party, opening a treasure chest. I mean, that is just wrong. How you going to me over like that, bro? How you going to treat me with a piece of candy? And I'm just like, oh my God, piece of candy. I like a piece of candy. What, I gotta get a piece of candy? But then you remember what happened and you're like, wait a second. I know you. You're not my friend. You start to feel like a past alcoholic staring at a bottle of whiskey.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it!
And boom, game frozen. Worst part is you actually might see people moving around you and you can't do a damn thing. So that was kind of like the summary of the first day, or first couple days, honestly, because it got better as the game went on. Like, Crema really brought out the heat. They really started to hit the servers with patch after patch after hotfix after hotfix, attacking the problem at the source. And they got the queue times down to nothing. Like, you can log in now butter smooth. It's awesome. And that was really like the highlight for me. Like, the fact that their response time was there. They weren't trying to do anything shady. They even offered refunds for people who just like couldn't take it. They're like, hey, we understand that you guys are backing us. This is a crowdfunded project, but if you want your money back, we totally get you. It's okay. It's up for grabs. Check out Steam, check out Humble Bumble. And I thought that was a real champion move, but the community response was awesome. So many people on the Twitter were like, we are not refunding. We are sticking it out. We have our line drawn in the sand, and that like moved me. I haven't seen a community response like that for a game in a long time. So this, like, kudos to the Crema dev team, kudos to the TemTem community, kudos to everyone that just kind of made this happen and made this project work. Y'all are doing a great job, both the devs, the community, people like you. No, this is not PBS, but moving on. The game is really living up to the hype. That's my point. It's hitting all the points that it meant to hit, namely being a Pokemon as TemTem game, but being different, having its own unique combat system, still being familiar to people who play creature collector games. One of the biggest things that I thought was cool was this, they're still following the same farm your TemTem, go to a gym, get your badge, unlock things in side quests. All of that familiar stuff is still there, and it's there in force, which is great. The joy of collecting, I'll just be really frank, crack is safer. I've never wanted to collect so many little colorful creatures in my life since like Pokemon Blue. And Pokemon Blue was the first Pokemon game for me. I begged my parents for it. I remember getting a Game Boy for my birthday and like losing my freaking mind. And I just spent hour after hour on that game getting Nidoking and Blastoise and all these other characters. Now I'm on TemTem, and I literally spent 2 days trying to get a Skunch with the right trait, and there's a whole video on that later on. But the idea is that passion is back. TemTem has hit that button, they scratched that itch, and I couldn't be happier. They're really delivering on some of their promises. They're talking about things like Nuzlocke and these other game modes that players will kind of superficially put in the game. They're actually going to build them into the game. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that they continue to deliver on all of the milestones that they've set for themselves. Wrapping this up, a few things I personally believe they need to look at or implement to build on the MMORPG experience, because that's their whole, manifesto, is to make a Pokemon MMO. And to do that, you need a certain flavor of things. You need a certain type of in-game content, because I have been looking at the Twitter, I've been looking around Reddit. A lot of people are just in-game Luma hunting at this point because they rushed, through the story. I'm a filthy casual. I'm not near that yet, but it would be nice to have some really cool stuff to look forward to. And yes, I do know this is early access. What better time to implement things like this and get them tested before you go console side? Because console side's a whole nother beast. Okay, first, build on the co-op experience. It's a lot of fun right now, but you need to have certain incentives to promote it even further, in my opinion, because it's really your whole strength. Take, for example, a game like Remnant, which did co-op party play extremely well. It really made just jumping into a party with a random stranger you never met and had no intention of befriending, let's be honest. It just made that experience desirable. You got upped experience, you got multiple bonuses to gold and other things, and you got pathways in the game that were locked to you, but maybe this guy had it unlocked and you can go get that weapon that you've been looking for without starting the game over. I really think that if TemTem builds on the fact that it's an open world MMO and gives us those things where being in a party is hyper beneficial, not just, oh, carry me past this gym leader, but really, hey, if we party up together, we unlock something, or something along those lines. I think that would be a great boon to this game. Imagine a 4-player co-op raid with the legendary TemTem that they have planned. To be really frank, on the side note, I hope they don't do the kind of thing where we have these mythological godlike TemTem that can be captured in a Tem card. That really kind of broke Pokemon for me. How are you going to have a Pokemon that can distort the fabric of time and space, but a Pokeball can capture it? The same Pokeball you capture Pikachu with. That doesn't make sense to me. If TemTem really plays their lore card right, they really play their roadmap right, and they really bring us quality content on the MMO side of things and don't just stick to the Pokemon formula, I really think this is going to be a shiny or a Luma game that's going to stick out and really kind of lead the charge for future creature creator games. Now, just real quick, rewinding back to that 4-man raid idea, I really think that would be super cool. I mean, imagine it's not just your TemTem out there, but how you see your trainer in behind your TemTem. You could have all 4 players just lined up, all behind our TemTem, supporting them with items and stuff. Our TemTem are healing and buffing each other and fighting this legendary rampaging force of nature that cannot be caught. It must be subdued. And because of that, we unlock a nest of maybe like a subspecies of it that can be captured. That would not be lore breaking. I think that would be immense. I think that would be so cool. And then you go into like Luma versions of it and et cetera. You could have like an EX version of it. I don't know how they like to do these things, but I just think having some juicy in-game MMO raid content in a Pokemon MMO would be the most hype thing I would like take a week off from work just to do that. Dead serious. Anyway, that's kind of what this whole week's been, is a lot of people speculating, fighting bugs, applauding Crema, really digging the game, and basically tapping my vein for the next TemTem fix that I'm looking at. Like, I'm gonna get a Scotch, I'm gonna get this guy, I'm gonna get a Crystal, etc. You feel fulfilled every time you get that little win, or every gym battle you win, or every tool you unlock, every training skill you get. And that's all we really wanted, but we wanted it on an online global scale. Because guys, that's the magic of an MMO. You can build it up, you can come back anytime you want, you can play as much as you want, take a break, come back, keep building your character over the years, play expansions, play content drops, play DLCs, all that good stuff. It's the same character that you'll never have to restart. How many times have you restarted the same character on every iteration of Pokemon, captured the same monsters, plus whatever 150 more that they have that iteration, traded and captured shinies and done all this grinding, only to restart on the next console? Oh wait, maybe you don't have the next console. I don't know. That's what Crema's trying to fix. they're putting crossplay in. They're gonna launch on all the consoles, PC. This is an amazing thing, and I really applaud it. So good job, Crema. Keep the lines of communication open. Please keep your roadmap, stay true to it, and we will get to the promised land. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I really want to hear what you guys have to think, not just about the game in general, but you know, improvements, things you'd like to see. Let's get like a conversation started. I would love to see that. And you know, otherwise, love, peace, and elevate your hunch, y'all. Lates. Hey guys, thanks again for watching my channel today. As a new YouTuber, I just want to take a second to let you know that without you, this dream of mine wouldn't be possible. As usual, if you liked what you saw or learned something, please like, share, and subscribe, and everything you do supports my dream of going full-time and serving the gaming community. Also, if you haven't already, drop to my Discord channel and say hi. I love the company, and your ideas do help me improve. Peace and love, guys. Peace and love.